Mayor Jim Ross, Mayor of Arlington, Texas, is with me now. Mayor Ross,
hello.
First of all, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Sorry about that noise. I'm out of town right now. So
No worries. I'm so sorry that this has happened to a school in your area. Tell me about this high school. We know the number of students potentially, but we're trying to get our mind around this sprawling campus.
Well, it's a great high school, a part of the Mansfield Independent School District, but it's physically located in the city of Arlington. I don't know a whole lot about the incident itself. I know that we have apparently 2 people who have been injured and transported to local hospitals. We are in the process of evacuating the remaining teachers and students to get them to a safe area where they can be reunited with their families.
Tell me this, just in the makeup of the students and the school, there are an extraordinary amount of buses here. And to move
Yes.
upwards of 1,800 kids out of one location, you would need that. How far away will they be taken to this performing arts center?
I don't know the specific mileage, but it's not that far away. It's far enough that we believe that we're going to have a safe location that has been secured by the police department to ensure the kids can reunite with their families there.
Jim Ross, we had seen reports that there was some other incident at another school in Arlington, Texas today, nothing like this, but a situation that required attention from law enforcement, a potential call-in of a threat. What can you tell us about that? What have you learned? Is there any connection that you know of?
I don't believe there's any connection. I'm not aware of this other incident that you're referring to, and I don't know of any potential connection on this.
We've got Trace Gallagher, who has been on with me now. And Trace, I've just asked that question, and I know you have details. You've been looking into this. I'm with the mayor of Arlington right now, Jim Ross.
Yeah, and Harris, what we were hearing earlier is that it was Washington Liberty High School, that there was a threat of an active shooter, and there were police that showed up on scene. They went through, they cleared that school, and it was only minutes later, Mr. Mayor, that Timberview High School then actually did have an active shooter. I do not know how far Washington Liberty is from Timberview. I'm wondering if you know the distance, and that was the question Harris was posing earlier. Is there any potential connection? Do you know maybe if that is being looked into? And we're also hearing on scene that 3 were shot. We do not know if they were students. We don't know if they were teachers, faculty of any sort. And we also believe at this point in time, though they have been taken to hospitals, that there are fortunately no fatalities and that they cannot or have not located a shooter inside the school. Do you know any of that, Mr. Mayor?
Well, I know that the shooter is not in custody that I'm aware of. At least he wasn't in the last few minutes or so. I believe there have been a number of witnesses who've been able to help identify the shooter, and that the ongoing investigation is looking for him as we speak.
Do we know if the alleged shooter is a student at the school?
I don't know. I don't know if it's a student, if it's
you said
an adult,
witnesses
or who it is.
Could identify him.
Right. That's what I've been told. So I think it was somebody that was known to at least some of these people here. So.
All right. Mayor Jim Ross, blessings to your community right now. We appreciate your time, and we'll want to talk with you again, I'm certain, as this scene plays out. Thank you.